You are listening to pastthink.com audiobook. Please like and subscribe, thank you. Chapter 29. Sun Tzu kills Yu Ji. He dies, and Sun Quan takes over the South Wu. Sun Tzu by the year AD 199 is the ruler of the South. So strong has he become that Cao Cao is now seriously worried by him. There is no way we can confront this lion directly, he says, so why don't we instead bind him to us by marriage? So Cao Ren's daughter is married to Sun Tzu's brother, Sun Quan. All is well until Sun Tzu petitions the emperor for a high-status post, which Cao Cao refuses to give him. In his anger, Sun Tzu declares he will attack the capital. Hearing of this, one of his city governors, Su Gong, secretly writes a letter to be taken to Cao Cao, warning of the plot. The messenger is captured and brought before Sun Tzu. On reading the letter, he executes the messenger and summons Su Gong to his court. Here, the poor man is murdered on Sun Tzu's orders. What Sun Tzu has not expected is that loyal followers of Su Gong would seek revenge. One day he is out hunting when 3 assassins jump him. He is alone and he fights back as hard as he can. His sword breaks, and all he has left to defend himself with is his bow. The attackers spear, shoot and slash him in their desperate bid to kill him. At last his own men come to the rescue, and slay the 3 assassins. But by then he is very badly wounded. So serious are his wounds that he sends for a renowned healer. He is unable to come but sends his disciple. Because the arrow was tipped with poison, he is told he must rest for 100 days, or the wounds will prove fatal. Now Sun Tzu is not a restful man. Far from it. He is always wanting to leap into action, and has a terrible temper. For 20 days he manages to rest. Then news comes that Cao Cao has been told by his advisor Guanzhong not to worry about Sun Tzu. It is reported that Guanzhong said, "He's foolish, never prepares properly and fails to plan in advance." Sun Tzu is incensed by this and swears again that he will storm the capital. Rising from his rest, he starts frantically to plan the attack. Then Qinjun arrives from Yuanshao, offering to combine forces to attack Cao Cao. This delights Sun Tzu, who orders a grand feast to celebrate. Imagine, then, his surprise when, during the feast, men start slipping away, while others whisper to each other. When he asks what is going on, he is told, the immortal Yu is in the marketplace below. Everyone is going out to honor him. Looking out of the window, Sun Tzu sees a Taoist monk wearing a cloak of crane feathers and resting on a walking stick. All around, people are bowing down, lighting incense and worshipping him. Furious, Sun Tzu orders that the priest be brought to him. His attendants are worried. He is very famous and a renowned healer. He is an immortal. Please treat him well. I don't care, exclaims Sun Tzu. Seize him and bring him to me. When the monk is brought before Sun Tzu, he says, "You fake. You fool people and exploit their ignorance." To this the Taoist replies, "I'm just a poor Taoist monk, that's all. Except, back in the reign of Emperor Shun, I found a sacred book called Finding the Way of Peace for 1,000 years. In fact, it was 100 volumes in total. And every page taught me how to cure illnesses. Ever since, I have traveled the land healing, but have never received anything as a reward." Then where, asks Sun Tzu, did you get those clothes? This sounds like the seditious rubbish spouted by Zhang Ju and the Yellow Headbands rebels. You'll therefore be executed. Advisor Zhang Zhao immediately springs to the priest's defense. He has been active for decades, and no one has had a bad word to say about him. You can't just kill him. I'll kill any of these sorcerers I can, just you watch me. Almost every member of his court pleads with Sun Tzu to spare the priest. In the end, Sun Tzu has him put in prison while he decides what to do. Even his mother pleads with him, but he ignores her. Mocking his courtiers as a bunch of fools, he intends to press ahead with the execution. However, someone suggests that they hold a trial of immortal Yu's powers. It is said that you can summon rain. We have a drought at the moment. Let's see if he can call down rain from heaven. Well, all right, says Sun Tzu, and so Yu is brought out from the prison. The trial is set up the next day. Yu mounts an altar and says, by noon I will summon 3 feet of rain for the benefit of the people. But he also says he believes that he will still die. My time is up, he says, to the distress of his followers. When Sun Tzu arrives, he orders that if Yu fails he is to be burned to death there and then. Just before noon Sun Tzu orders the pyre to be lit, and the flames leap up around Yu. But at that moment a black vapor rises, thunder crashes and lightning flashes. Torrential rain descends, and within minutes the water is indeed 3 feet deep everywhere. Too much water, in fact. So Yu cries aloud, and the rain stops. All around the pyre, people fall to their knees in veneration and awe. This only inflames Sun Tzu's anger even more. This is just a fluke. Just good luck that he prayed when it was about to rain. Cut off his head, he says to a soldier. And without any further ado the soldier's sword flashes, and Yu is immediately beheaded. His body is left, on Sun Tzu's orders, to rot in the marketplace as a warning to others. In the morning, after a stormy night, the body has disappeared. Sun Tzu is about to order the execution of the soldiers, who were on guard that night, when Sun Tzu sees Yu walking boldly in front of the main hall. Overcome, Sun Tzu collapses, and is borne off to his bed. His mother tries to appeal to him to repent, pointing out that his killing of Yu was a terrible crime. But he will not listen and grows even more desperate in his determination to ridicule and dismiss all such spiritual ideas. Eventually he does agree to his mother's plea to go to offer prayers and incense at the local temple. He goes, burns the incense but refuses to pray. Suddenly Yu appears, sitting on top of the incense smoke. Retreating from the temple, Sun Tzu suddenly finds Yu in front of him at the gate. Grasping a sword, he hurls it at the ghost. Flying through the air, it hits a soldier, who is killed instantly. This, it turns out, was the soldier who struck off Yu's head the day before. Sun Tzu encounters Yu's spirit again beside the temple, so he orders the entire place to be burned to the ground. As the flames leap up, Yu is seen sitting in the midst of them. Time and time again the spirit appears, until Sun Tzu is screaming with fear. The experience has left him looking haggard. The final straw is when his mother says he looks terrible. He takes up a mirror, but it is the face of Yu that looks back. With a terrible cry he collapses, and all his wounds open up again. It is now clear even to Sun Tzu that he is dying. Summoning his advisor Zhang Zhao and his younger brother, Sun Quan, he hands over the seal of office to Sun Quan as his heir. If there's any internal issues that need resolving, he advises his mother and brother, ask Zhang Zhao. As for external affairs, ask Zhou Yu. Zhou Yu is not present at this point. Having set his affairs in order, Sun Tzu dies. He is 26 years old. As a poet has said, ruler of everything to the south. Known ironically as the little ruler. Crouching like a tiger. Poised for flight as a hunting eagle. He dominated the land of the 3 rivers. His name known and dreaded everywhere. However, prevented from finishing his agenda. He had to hand over to Zhou Yu. When Zhou Yu arrives at court he is deeply touched by the role Sun Tzu has set for him, but hastens to say that he feels he is not worthy of such trust. He recommends that someone he has met recently, who has helped provide grain free of charge to the army, be invited. This man is Lu Su, renowned for his honesty and virtue. I recommend that you invite him immediately to come and join the court and handle affairs. He is a brilliant thinker, planner and military mind. He is also cunning. His father has died, but he attends to his mother with true filial piety. The family is rich but renowned for their generosity to the poor. So Lu Su is brought to the court. One night Sun Quan and Lu Su are deep in discussion. When I look around me, says Sun Quan, I see the Han are on the brink of complete collapse. I would love to be the one, like the heroes of old, who protects and restores the dynasty. What do you suggest I do? To this Lu Su replies, the Han's time is over. Cao Cao is in control. You need to strengthen your hold on the south until you can move out and take over the rest of the country. You must plan to create a new dynasty, your own. These words excite and delight Sun Quan. Another advisor joins the court, Zhuge Jin. Following his advice, Sun Quan turns down Yuan Shao's suggestion of an alliance against Cao Cao. Instead, he decides to work alongside Cao Cao, but cautiously. When Cao Cao hears of the death of Sun Tzu, his first instinct is to plan an invasion. But he is dissuaded from this when it is pointed out how disreputable this would appear throughout the land. Instead, the recommendation is that Cao Cao ask the emperor to raise the official status of Sun Quan in order to make the new ruler a friend, not a foe. Qin Zhen returns empty-handed to Yuan Shao. Yuan Shao's response is to summon his army and to plan to attack Xuchang. So, who is going to win? Cao Cao or Yuan Shao? Let's find out.